Well, I see Lauren, you're online. I think everybody else is traveling for SpinUp. We got Al Duran here on his way. My co-host is on his way back. So if we lose him because of sound difficulties, he'll log back in. Go ahead, Al.
Hey guys, hey, good to have you here, Lauren. Good to have you. Welcome. Yeah, traveling back from SpinUp actually has been awesome. This is awesome experience. The fellowship was incredible, right? Dennis Lovelady right next to me here is driving, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat with my Osmo Mobile 4 on my lap, and we had a wonderful time. There's so much fellowship, so many friendships, so much networking going on. I mean, it was good. We missed you, Robbie. Everybody was asking about you, so Doc and I were like, yeah, his mother's not doing so well, so he had to go visit his mother. So, yeah. But everybody wanted to know where you were at, so you were missed, man.
I appreciate that. Okay, well, we got special guest tonight, Mike Wright. Let's bring him in so we don't leave him in the green room too long. We need all the people in here we can get. They're coming in now.
Hey, guys. Hey, glad to be here.
Michael.
Hey, yeah. Been almost 24 hours since I saw you.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was a good time flying yesterday, right?
Had a great time, entire weekend. I got there on Thursday afternoon. Good 4 days I had there.
Yeah.
Wonderful time.
I'm kind of, a little depressed that it ended, I know. How about you guys? What are you thinking?
Yeah. I waited, I checked out yesterday morning. I'm 2.5 hours away. I had to wait, I left at 7 o'clock last night, 6, something like that, after we had dinner. Didn't want to leave.
Mike, how far of a drive is it for you to go home?
But a little bit under 3 hours.
Oh, I wish I had that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's nice. Chris Hope in the house. We got Brad in the house. We got Lauren. Doc Murdoch's here. Who else? We got one
Brad.
Ariel.
Brad's in the house.
Yeah.
B-Rad.
Gary Bauer, great to see you again.
Hey, I see you in the mirror here. I know Dennis sees you in the rearview mirror.
Well, all I see is this car.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, we see his headlights following us. So.
Got QC guy in here. Who else is in here? Yeah, they're starting to get in here a little bit. So what we'll do today is as we get going here, we'll talk a little bit about the Mavic 3. We'll talk a little bit about SpinUp, which, of course, we'll let Mike and Al kind of converse there because I wasn't involved in that. I wasn't invited. I'm just kidding. and go from there. And then what we'll do is maybe on next week's show, I'm sure Al's got 7 or 8 hours that he can show on our hour show of the footage from the SpinUp.
Oh, my gosh. We had so much fun doing so many things, and
some of them were even legal.
Yeah, some of them were even legal.
Place it here. Hey, all. I see Place It Here is in the house. There we go. There's DeMarco.
Hey, DeMarco, thanks for the pizza last night, man. It was delicious. Appreciate you feeding us and hanging out with us, man. It's really a pleasure to get to know you on a personal basis, man. Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're starting to get people in here. We got John Bonifant is in. Who else we got in here? Yeah, they're coming in now.
Good.
Okay, so Al, how much further do you have to go? Y'all stopping somewhere else tonight?
Oh, yeah. Dennis is hosting us tonight again. He hosted us on the way down. And, man, this man can cook the steak. Man, what were we using to cook the steak? It was so good. Sous vide. Sous vide.
Sous vide.
Sous vide.
Hey, Dennis.
S-O-U-S-V-I-D-E.
Sous vide. So you end up having to you put your steaks in a bag, and the bag goes in water, and then there's a heating element goes into the pot. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you set the temperature you want your steaks to be, and it's kind of like a slow cooker, and it cooks for what, 4 hours, 5 hours?
I cooked that for 3 to 4 hours. I don't remember.
3 to 4 hours, and then the last step was you just
Greg
share it.
Welcome in.
Oh,
Marcus,
good.
Welcome in.
Hey, yeah, you just share it on a steak, and then we had I brought the wine, and Dennis provided everything, including the entertainment with the ukulele. And then he goes, "Hey man, can you fly that drone through a tunnel?" So we jumped on his golf cart. We went to this tunnel, and I go, "Oh no, I'm afraid we're gonna have to make sure I don't run into anybody when they're walking through the tunnel, because there was a walk-in and also a tunnel for the golf cart. So I was worried that I was going to be zipping through there, just end up cutting somebody. So we just like canceled it. Oh, let's go. We don't need any kind of trouble like that. And we called it a night. But it was a really good time. I got to bounce off the top of Dennis's roof. Made a move. I did a flip and bounced off his roof. Came back down, and but man, the Instance 360 version 2, right? You got the version 2.
It's a 361 X2.
Is the X2. His editing skill was fantastic. You wouldn't believe how his editing. So he was using the Instance 360 to film everything, and it was unbelievable. Because then, as the drone is flying around us, he was sitting there just telling the software which shots and where to look for the drone.
Yeah.
And it looks like a cameraman following it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Johnny Drone Flowers in the room. Greg Pittman, welcome.
Hey, Greg.
One, welcome.
It was great to meet you, Greg, and chatting with you. I mean, I had a good time chatting with you Friday night at Whiskey. What was the name of the whiskey place?
That was Style Switch.
No, that was dinner. But remember the first night? There's whiskey. Anyway, Michael, do you remember the whiskey place we were at Friday night?
We were at
Right.
Waterstone Brewery.
That's right. He's
Waterstone
right.
Brewery. It was a beer. Craft beer.
Yeah, that was a good time, right?
There's walking distance. Yeah, walking distance to the hotel. Right.
Yeah, I mean, Aldrin was there. Richter was.
Ed showed up. Ed Richter showed up. Yeah.
I'm trying to think ahead. Oh, and then Ken Nova was there.
Aldrin. We met Aldrin. I met Aldrin walking in the parking lot about half a mile away. We walked up together.
So yeah, we got to hang out with the big channel guys, a couple 100,000, and then Ken Heron showed up Saturday morning. We saw
Saturday
Ken,
morning, right?
And then he
Aldrin stayed the entire night with us on Friday night. He stayed along the entire evening.
Oh, that's right. He came in Friday night. That's right. Right. We got to meet him Friday night too.
Right.
So we did a lot of network, a lot of good fellowship.
Oh yeah, had a great time.
So what did y'all see new? What did y'all see new at the SpinUp? What did y'all see new? I heard that Ken had a different drone there.
Had the V-copter.
Yeah,
I got to fly it.
The V-copter.
I got to fly the V-copter.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. I was just
Did you fly it out?
Is it quiet, Michael?
It's very quiet. Yeah, very quiet.
And how is it? It just looks like it's kind of odd the way that it's positioned.
It is, but it was great. I mean, it's very quiet, very easy to fly. I was impressed, really.
Yeah,
I don't want one. It's more of a gimmick, I think, but it's still a great little machine.
Yeah.
I never expected it to come out after 2 years,
Yeah, it was a little bit gimmicky, but it works. I mean, you got just 2 motors running, so you got to get the flight time that is pretty long.
Al, did you fly it?
I did not.
Okay.
Dennis did. What was your experience like, Dennis?
It felt normal. It felt like any other drone. It looked weird flying, but as far as control was concerned, it felt good.
Right.
Normal.
So we're going through what city now? I don't know, but everybody's slamming on the brakes, and we got some big stuff moving by. As I'll spin the camera around, you guys can see a little bit.
Oh wow. I hope we don't have any state troopers watching the show tonight. They might track you down, Al.
They could. Yeah, you can see see over there the big buildings, big city. Now we got to pass the tanker truck. But
Hal's not worried. He wouldn't be in trouble. I would.
and
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time. You know, Ken here and us, we saw a little bit of his temper flare a little bit when he couldn't get that V-copter.
Oh, he had all kinds of time, yeah.
5 minutes. So, Michael, can you speak to him? You were right there watching it.
Oh, yeah, I got the entire video up there. He kept saying, I can't get it up. I can't get it up.
Uh-oh, that's scary there.
That's what he said. He was frustrated.
Go ahead, Michael.
Go ahead. No, he just got a little frustrated, but he finally got it, figured it out. You know? He got Ogden's help. Ogden helped him figure it out.
Might be one of those soundtracks that you could play over and over
I'm
again.
going to. If I can't figure it out, I'm gonna get Chris Waters to take care of it for me. We're gonna send it to Ken for his Thursday night show.
Well, I know I saw
that bridge, right?
I saw DeMarco in here earlier. I know he's still here, lurking in the background. DeMarco, I kept trying to think who you look like. And I mean, we've talked and seen each other a lot, spend a lot of, been in a lot of the same live streams. Dude, you look like John Legend. He could almost be thin. He's a little fuller in the face like me, but he really does look like John Legend. I kept thinking, who does he look like? And I was like, that's who it is.
As soon as you said that, I made that correlation in my mind.
Yeah, he really does. If you look at his face, he really looks so much like him.
Yeah, that smile.
Yeah, that smile. He's happy all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got Lost Girl Hikes in here.
Angela's there with us. She
Yeah,
stayed the entire weekend.
Media, Drone Views Media's in here. One Vision Arrow. We saw him earlier. Yeah, they're strolling in. We got 21 in now. He's laughing. He says his wife disagrees. Marco's wife disagrees. Don't worry. When you're rich and famous from YouTube, she'll say, "Hey, it's the same thing, baby."
Hey, Michael. By the way, we just saw your logo on the back of a truck. Really? Somebody had like the Texas outline of the state with the star on it. I was like, hey, man, this stole Michael.
The Lone Star State, yeah.
Logo.
Johnny's on here, and he says, DeMarco can't sing, laughing out loud.
Maddie, is Maddie on there?
Maddie
I
on?
don't see Maddie on. Maddie must be driving. He's got the whole family with him, I believe.
Hey, Doc just joined us.
Yeah,
in the chat.
Doc, I'm pushing you, buddy.
Family, man. He has the cutest family, I swear. I mean, I couldn't believe they traveled that far and traveled so well.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Mike?
I agree. His granddaughter's going around getting everybody's autograph. They're in line for the food. She was having a ball, enjoying it.
Well, I tell you what, let's get into talking some about the Mavic 3.
Sure.
And then after that, we can continue a spin up as we get more people to come in here. So I guess out of who we've got in here, I know that Ray Kelly won a Mavic 3 at the spin up, which is just an amazing gift, to say the least. I don't know if I don't see him in here yet. I haven't seen him come in yet. He may be in here. If you're in here, pop up, Ray.
He's too big for us now.
He's too big for us now.
Out of who we have in the group, does anybody? I mean, I know some of y'all flew it at SpinUp. Have any of y'all bought or ordered the Mavic 3? Lauren, do you have it? I saw Lauren in here earlier.
Mike, you're going to be ordered. Yours will be coming in.
I've ordered it.
Thursday.
Mine's supposed to be picked up I picked it at Best Buy on Thursday. I ordered a battery from DJI.
Yeah, you got
It's
that
been
extra
shipped.
battery.
And
Awesome.
I saw Greg Pittman said he said something. He's ordered one.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I see flies on drones.
Marcus can speak for himself.
Any dronelist, he's in the house. Okay, well, here's what happened. Everybody watched the show, I'm sure, on DJI of the release. Everybody had been checking the website all day to find out what the prices are. And about halfway through the show, I had the show on this screen, and I had the store on this screen at DJI. And I was trying to determine, if I buy it from there, are they shipping it from China? Can I get it from Best Buy? I was impatient. So as soon as it came up, even before he said you can order starting now, I already had the credit card put in to hit buy. Now I bought the Fly More pack. I didn't get the Cinema. I bought the Fly More pack. And so my order was in and it got shipped out of Georgia. So I ordered it Thursday night. It got shipped out first thing Friday morning, and I had it at 11:10 a.m. Saturday morning from Georgia.
From Best Buy?
No, from DJI.
Oh, DJI, yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know whether they have like a warehouse in Georgia or what, but it showed on there that it left from Georgia.
The funny thing is, I ordered at the same time Marcus did. His is going to be delivered 2 days after me on Saturday. Mine's on Thursday.
I'm
and Ron,
sure
if he would have ordered, he would have got it on Tuesday. He didn't order it, but
I'm
he
sure
could have.
that a lot of people
Scattered, depending on where you live.
wait.
Right.
I think I was probably one of the first people to get it from the orders because I ordered it like as soon as it was up. I guess I was probably in the first couple hundred people. But keep in mind, there were 10,000 people in the chat when they were playing that show.
Yeah.
10,000.
Well, I
Wow.
know they're all like Best Buy. They're 3 weeks ahead now, behind now. They're 2 to 3 weeks on the base.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just some of the things that I've noticed. What I'm going to do is, everybody knows I'm having my auction Thursday night on my Travel Tech 360 channel. We're going to do about 20 minutes of Mavic 3 introduction. I'm going to show the drone, show some footage, let everybody actually see the drone. I've already done a box opening video that I'm going to release, but I'm going to release it after my auction. I want the people to come to the auction and see the drone. And then we can answer some questions. Some of y'all might have them by then also. So that'll give y'all kind of a firsthand on seeing it. I know a lot of y'all saw it at SpinUp, and I know a lot of the big YouTubers that get it free have had it for like a month and have been testing it. But, they're testing on the level where the company's giving it to them. And I would be tempted to say it's a great product too, but just from a regular Joe buying the drone, doing his own opinion on what he thinks about the drone is basically what I've done. But I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I've noticed and a couple of things to be aware of before you buy this drone. We've had a lot of people that said, we don't want to buy the Fly More. We're just going to buy the regular package. I've got my smart controller that I can use. You cannot use your current smart chargers. They will not work. And when you buy the new smart charger, if you get the full set with the smart charger, they are going to have a firmware for that where to work from the models down. But they are not going to fix the smart chargers from below up. It would kill the business of their new controllers. Is what it is.
Robbie, the chief pilot, it was a surprise guest. He spoke about 15 minutes at SpinUp online, and he said that right now they have no plans to make it downwardly compatible.
Really?
That could change, but there's
They
no
will
plans
not
right
make
now
it
for
compatible.
it. It will
That's
only
right.
work with the Mavic 3.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
because if you watch a live stream with the DJI, if you go back and look at the live stream from the DJI rep, we spent about 45 minutes with them. We hammered them.
right.
And that was
he
one
said
of
there's
the
no plans for that presently.
No plans at all.
So they're not so they're not going to put the firmware on there to get that remote to work with the lower level drones.
That's what he said.
No, it's different
Currently.
hardware, man. That's why it's called OcuSync 3 Plus.
Okay.
3 plus,
So,
not 3.
That's
He-
definitely want to make sure
Okay.
we get that
He said
straight.
anything could change if they had enough requests for it, but right now that's not planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJI support. I was asking about the 4G dongle and some other stuff, and I asked them about the remote, and that's what they were saying after coming back 2 or 3. So be careful when you're in the support on DJI and asking questions,
Right.
because they have to go ask somebody and come back. And I was told that later they were going to update the firmware later down the road where you could use it in the lower models. Not now, but later.
What did they tell you about the 4G support? Because that was I asked that question,
They don't have a lot of
and
information.
he has no idea of the cost, the timeline, nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
He said
Nothing
that's a
at
different
all.
department. And he said he knew that question would come up. And that's the
Yeah.
first question that I asked. I actually asked about that one.
Yeah.
And then I followed your question up with a dovetail and said, when
Right.
you're going to make it compatible with 5G?
Right.
Because that's even more important because it's better bandwidth to
Right.
be able to travel further.
And if
And
they do that,
his answer was, there's no plans on the roadmap, but the roadmap, as you know, as more hardware-oriented roadmap is not in the roadmap. So You know, from looking at the development team, it looks like, they're going to limit the number of firmware updates to the impactful things like panorama and all the other camera settings before they move on to that module on top that Rob is showing right now.
Right. I asked Aldrin about that too, because and he said first time he saw that or heard of it, even though he was there, was when we saw it. He didn't know anything about that. He said,
because that's a Cinepack option, right? So
right.
You're you're looking for the high end guys. There are going to be probably not that many people buying the 5K unless you're a corporation or a business.
Like
that's,
for example,
some kind of studio.
Aldrin got the Cinepack as a study, but Kelly had the base machine.
Right.
Kelly did not have the smart controller there.
Yeah.
We were able to fly it. 4 or 5 of us got to fly the Mavic 3.
Yeah, I mean, Aldrin said, I'm not going to let anybody touch mine. I'm flying my own and let everybody handle Kelly. And Kelly had no problem with that at all.
Kelly loves flying. I got fly about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Well, and that morning was awesome.
I'm hoping on this device, when it does come out, I hope that they have it set up to where when it goes to 5G, we don't have to buy another one, because I would just have to wait for the 5G, because I would guess that thing probably costs $400. I would guess.
Exactly.
What do you think, Michael? Am I about right on the price?
I'm guessing too. That was the question I asked: is
price point,
time release, price point, capabilities. He couldn't answer any of that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if it's got a 4G SIM card in it, you would have to have like another 4G in your phone or tablet or controller to communicate, because otherwise it just wouldn't work.
Yeah, I have no idea how it would work. Really don't.
Well, you know what? That's the interesting way of thinking about it, but it's not that way, because what's happening is all is using is, the network of repeaters on that platform to triangulate your position. So it's all about triangulating your position, just like your GPS module does on your phone, right? So you're not doing any communication back and forth, Robbie.
Well, you are between the controller and the drone. So if the satellite can do GPS on the drone, it would have to be able to do GPS directly down to the controller. It's not going to do that without a 4G.
Well, let's go ahead and clarify what it is. The flight controller,
right,
on the drone. Okay, the flight controller on the drone will pass that data on to the controller as just GPS coordinates that are triangulated by the satellite or repeaters in the area you're flying from.
Right.
Because Dustin Dunnell has done it and flown all the way across the island and back around it and back on his. Remember that Paradisco he likes to fly, and then the next step he hyped it up even more. He put solar panels on the disco. Paradisco, and flew that thing for like hour and a half with the solar panels on top. And so one of the tricks was you got to cover your solar panels up on the wings of the Disco Parrot before, otherwise you're going to fly all your flight controllers on it. So that was Dustin Dunnell has been around in RC world for a long time, and that's why he's so successful and does what he does with his testing. Because my first drone I ever bought was a Hubsan 501S, and I had watched all his videos on the Hubsan product line, and it was just unbelievably insightful how he does his processing to modify.
Well, I'm eager for that to come out. If that comes out, Michael, I will try to be online ready with my credit card.
I agree. That was my first question. To ask the guy. I want to know about that. Nobody knew.
I'm a tech geek. When it comes to certain stuff that I want, I'll save my money for something else. But when I want something like this bad, I'll find a way to get it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
One thing I was
definitely
impressed with when I flew that Mavic 3 was I haven't seen any actual testing, but to me it sounded quieter than the Mini 2.
Well, I'll tell you
really
what I
quiet.
did. Yeah, I'll tell you what I did that scared me a little. I wanted to try out the return to home feature.
Okay.
So I was in plenty of light,
Right.
flew it out. I flew it on an oak tree line where there are good size oaks, and there's a field here. I went in 30 to 35 foot inside the trees, and I flew over it.
Right.
Way over it. And then when I told it to come back, and it started coming back, instead of coming back over the trees, it came around the tree, and it scared me because I was like, where's my drone going? So it actually went around.
Well, you saw how they improved that.
Yeah.
That look ahead like 20 times.
Right.
Yeah.
But I did it again later when I was in low light. And guess what?
Right.
It didn't go around. It came over where I sent it to.
Yeah.
So I think that when it's in low light situations, it doesn't take a chance with going around. And it came right over top of the trees. And of course, when I saw it, I knew I had control of it from that point.
Either that or, what I've read numerous times, you probably heard that they won't be actually having APAS 5 until January.
Yeah.
So they still have time to improve all of that.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
And then, a couple of people asked me, how does it do like avoiding trees and stuff like that? I've not got that far. I mean, I just got it. I just ran a couple of basic tests to see what was there. One of the things that I did notice were with the ND filters that are there. The ND filter covers both the lens.
Right.
So when you're going to do a particular shot with a particular lens, is that ND filter good for the shot you're doing? And I really think that when they developed that, they should have made the frame and made the ND filters to slide in where you could change them. That way, if you wanted to use two different ND filters on different lens, it would give you the option when you switched it, you would have a little bit more, because otherwise you got to take it down, put in a lens, and only use that one for it.
I expect a third party to do that.
Well, we were talking.
Third party's going to do it. More economical as well.
Yeah, to have two separate filters for each one of the cameras. Yeah, I bet you it'd be like a magnetic clip-on, where the both ends just magnetized because.
Or filtering one and out the other.
Yeah, I mean, I actually PGY Tech and Freewell are going to be doing that for sure.
Absolutely.
Guarantee
Absolutely.
It. And I don't know. PGY Tech is good.
When the Air 2 came out, they didn't sell the batteries, the extra batteries right away, did they? Didn't they just sell the kit with one battery and the Fly More with the 3 batteries? And then
they sold the whole kit as Fly More combos. Right. I mean, that's the first thing you want to do is buy the best value for DJI products, obviously, is get the combo packages.
Right. But that's not my question. My question was when they came out with the drone and they sold the regular package, I don't think they were selling replacement batteries right away. I think it was a couple of weeks before they started selling those batteries.
That I don't know.
Yeah, someone else made a comment to me about that. And that was a fear when people bought the drone with no extra batteries. If I buy it, how long do I got to wait before they sell? Well, they sell them instantly. So the batteries are $209 a piece for the batteries. If you want to get
I agree.
Robbie, I bought one battery before I bought the drone. I got a battery from DJI, and I ordered the remote from Best Buy 2 hours later when they opened up the store finally.
Yeah.
Smart move, Michael. Smart move.
I knew I could sell a battery no matter what, anybody,
Yeah. Well, they've got, in the pack that I got the 4, 8, 16, and 32 on the ND filters. They're really nice. But if I want to upgrade and I want to get the 64, 128, 256, and 512, it's another $180. Now, me and Al went out and flew, and Al what'd you put on there, Al? 128 on one of the drones? I was flying in Braille. So I'm sitting here looking at these numbers thinking, what would I use that for?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and I was like, Robbie, don't worry, just hit this button over here. This is auto instead of manual. And I was like, poof. He's like, oh, thank you. You saved me.
Yeah, he was explaining how to open and let the light in. We're all learning. We don't know everything. And that's the whole reason of having this group. So I'm the first to say, far from an expert, but I'm learning. And if I don't know something, we have enough people in the group to get you an answer. So stay tuned.
Exactly.
So what are your first thing you're going to do when you get your Mavic 3, Michael?
I'm going to take it out to the I've got an area that has an large open area. We've got a few trees. I'm going to check out the obstacle avoidance, even though it's not truly.
So you're going to test the obstacle avoidance right off the bat. Good man.
I'm going to check it out. I'll be careful with it.
Would you do me a favor, do the active track for me with the optical avoidance, run it around, have it track you around a lot of trees?
I'm going to do that actually with my electric bike.
Good. Better. I love it.
Okay.
And if you can hit 20 miles an hour plus, that will tax it to
I
the
can hit
max.
20 on my bike. Okay. So,
Yeah, that should tax it to the max. You know.
Right. Right.
We
So-
got Maddie. We got Maddie in the house. We got Ray.
Maddie,
Kelly's in here
Maddie!
now.
What's up, buddy?
People are getting home, or they're streaming from the car, or they're parked somewhere so they can be here with us, and we really appreciate that.
Michael with Fly Zone just tuned in too. He's in.
Yeah, I see him in there.
Oh, great. That's awesome, guys. Hey, Maddie, I hope you're safe on the road, man. You take care, man. You got a wonderful family. It was a pleasure to meet you. It really was. And also a pleasure to fly with you. So
Michael,
looking forward to April 2nd, man. We're headed down your way.
Michael, I think the biggest thing that's impressed me so much about the drone is the acceleration when you get hit altitude to go up.
Oh, it moves.
I couldn't believe it. I just honestly, I didn't see that really any much of a difference in between the Air 2 and the Air 2S. But I'll tell you one thing, what a jump up this is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when I hit it, because you like to do that where you zoom out and then you come back in.
Right.
Man, it's just like, I was like, man, this is great. The time you save to get where you're going to fly, if you're going to take images, is just like, it's like that. So it's a big difference on that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
I did Marcus's other reverse and beyond droney with it.
And you know what? It was so funny when we were doing that morning flight over, what was that? Pennypacker.
I didn't get out there for that.
Pennypacker Bridge. You didn't,
yeah.
You didn't go to the Pennypacker. We flew out there.
Right.
I took my Mavic 2. Dennis took his Mavic. Well, I took my Mavic 2 Pro. You had your Mavic 2 Zoom. And Chris had his Phantom 4. And then, Kelly showed up with a Mavic 3. And then we all flew together over. It was like no fog in certain areas, but the bridge was covered in fog.
Yeah.
And so once you got around the fog, it was like, boom, beautiful sunrise. It was just amazing. But we could see each other's silhouettes. We were flying through this area.
Right.
And then you see Austin all the way in the background.
Yeah, I've flown out there before.
Yeah. But I didn't get the shot that I wanted. I wanted to be on the other side of the bridge to reveal the bridge and the city all at once.
I see.
Because that would, it's such a landmark, right? You see that bridge, you go, oh, that's Austin, right?
Right.
Right away, you're over the Colorado River looking at Austin, right?
Right.
And so I was like, dang, it's just too foggy to risk it,
Yeah.
Because the bridge was covered and we couldn't really get a perfect line of sight to be precise. That's what I wanted. I needed that precision. I couldn't get it.
Sunrise Water Media's in the house.
Chris is in. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah. Well, look, guys, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to brag on this because I'm really happy with it. Instead of doing the smart controller, I did this Triple Tech tablet, the Triple Tech Pro. Guys, let me tell you, this is the way to go.
That's a heavy son of a gun, but it is good.
Robbie, we're thinking the same. I took mine out. Got last week. I got Dobo's minimalist tablet adapter. I don't know if you got that or not.
Well, you got
okay.
I used it. Remember I started to you yesterday, Al?
You got the 8-inch model.
I got the 8-inch model.
I got the 7, and he doesn't make it for the 7.
Oh, okay. It's a great machine. I love
DJI actually makes one, and you know how Dobo's goes here in the back and it latches onto it?
Right.
They've got one that's set up where it grabs it here and it goes down, and it actually wraps around and clamps onto the remote.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it would be impossible to get it loose, but they don't have it available on the DJI site yet. So I filled out the email to be notified when it comes on. So I did buy a different. I bought this mount for this now,
right?
Because Dobos won't fit the 7, and this locks into your RC21 here,
right?
So it locks right into it here. And it's plastic, but it seems to be stable. It holds it well. It's like, I think it was $30 or something like that. Yeah. And it's got a button here for the release here. So when you want to take it off, you just hit it. So it just fits right in where the controller. You open your antennas,
Right.
lock it in, and that's it. And then you're ready to go. I like it because it keeps it above the controller,
Right.
and not beyond the controller because it's top heavy.
Right.
And a lot of people said, and you probably experienced it with yours, when you put it on the controller, they said, just wrap the strap around the antennas. It flips. It won't work.
No, but I love it. In fact, Greg Pittman showed me a little $6 attachment for a lanyard. However, he was showing with a single attachment lanyard. It has places for a Y attachment. That's what I'm going to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that way it'll counterbalance instead of pointing down. It'll work for a
Absolutely. Yeah.
double-sided
And
lanyard.
that's important because, yours is heavier than mine. It's heavy.
Oh yeah,
What I like about it is you can put that 4G SIM in it.
exactly. Well, I've got my Spark controller and it's on the market.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. But
I'm
you,
gonna sell it. Anybody
Michael,
wants
you
it,
were
I'll sell
talking
it.
about that earlier, right? How
Yeah.
you're using that with the other, you were using that with the
I
Air
use it for
2
my
and
Mini.
your Mini 2.
My Mini 2, my Air 2S, and my Phantom V4 too.
Right. So that's
still works for
quite
that,
a lot of
but,
birds. You don't need to yank your phone out and all that stuff out. That's nice.
Right. But I can still use this other one, the new one
Gotcha.
with the
Because you got that 1100 nits on it.
exactly 1200. 1200.
1200. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, you got it. The
Right.
100 makes a big difference over 1,000.
Now Ken's
For
adapter doesn't quite work for the Phantom 4 V2. It misses it by about 1/8 of an inch.
I got you, man.
But I can use my Mav mount for that to make it work.
Hey, Michael, tell me this. How does your smart controller brightness compare to the brightness of your new tablet?
It doesn't. It goes dim in 5 minutes. It dims out. I've also
Oh, it
had several
overheats?
times here in the Texas heat. I've had the iPad go out completely, just block out, as well as the iPhone.
Well, when I was
I've
looking,
never seen that with a smart controller.
They were talking about the iPads when they're getting hot, and me and Al experienced. Of course, it was on an older iPad that I used.
Right.
Of my sister, I was flying. I was like, Al, it's saying it's overheating. Some people with some new ones have said the same thing. When I'm in Thailand, I fly in 100-degree weather, so I can't use the tablet. I have to be able to use this. This is good to 120.
Yeah, that's the way it is in Texas. I can't use it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so heavy, Robbie. It's got all those heat sinks to dissipate all that
And
heat.
fans. It has fan in,
Yeah.
I think.
Hey, I don't have a problem with that. For the clarity, I'm half blind anyway. So to have this, have the screen, but it was funny, Michael, because when I first bought it, I turned it on. It was real dim. I was like, boy, I got screwed on this one.
Oh, perfect.
So I
Right.
opened up the brightness and it was at 2%. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
it came out and I was like, this is the way to go right here.
100% plus is the marking. It will auto adjust as well for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a good option. And then also with that too, having that 4G built into the tablet makes it really good. If you want to do a share screen or you want to stream from it, you can do it right through the tablet.
Right. I didn't get a SIM card for it. I've just got my, it's built in 256 gig, and I'll probably still put a media card in there as well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, so I did the 7 mainly because of the weight. There's not that much price difference between. And now this one's got an 8 core. So do you have the 8 core or does yours have a 10 core?
I think they're both 8 core, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it's got the Android 10, the latest version. So later chip.
Had I known that Dobos didn't fit this, I might have bought the 8. But now after finding the adapter that they've got on DJI, I'm really impressed with the way it looks. Because dude, it's got a locking device on the front that clips it into place, and you still have access to all your return to home buttons and everything else. And for the price, so trust me, as soon as it comes available, it'll be in my hand.
Yeah, great. Yeah, we're thinking the same way. We did that last week. So.
All right. So, what are you guys thinking about doing with your Mavic 3, guys? I mean, obviously, Michael said that he's going to be testing the sensors, and I requested he do that with AfterTrap. Any other requests out there, guys? Let us know. Let Robbie know. Let Mike know in the comments. Let us know which one of those features you want us. We want these guys to test, so we understand it better.
Michael,
the camera settings or the flight control issues.
You see the car charger, Michael? Did you see the car charger they got for it?
I saw the price of it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't need the car charger. I don't, I'm
It
just getting the 2 batteries because now you can charge one battery
yeah,
with I got a 100-watt C charger
yeah,
in the drone, and the other one comes with a charger.
yeah.
So that's 2 batteries. That's 80 minutes. If it's
Yeah.
40-minute flight time, that's all I need at a time.
Well, when we go out, we'll go out to Amish country sometime, and there's like
Right.
nothing out there, and there's no electricity.
Right.
So nowhere. When we go to schools and film like the football fields, there's
Right.
outlets everywhere. But when you get out there, it's like there's nothing out there.
Sure.
So I just
Solar?
want that extra part. Yeah, I want that extra part to plug in. But yeah, those guys are really curious. They're into the drone. All of them said the same thing. If I got one of these, I could see where the deer are because that's their food.
Right. For Robert, those car chargers, this is going to be third party. They're going to be half the cost of DJI, though.
Yeah, I think it was $80 at DJI's. They had it for
In
$79.
fact, all my other previous drones, I buy the parallel charger rather than the series charger.
Yeah.
That'll
Well,
charge
yeah,
3 to 4 batteries at a time,
I ended up
and they're half the cost of DJI chargers.
I ended up buying that
Right.
because I can just plug the block in with the 3 batteries in it,
Sure.
plug that into the car. This was like I bought this at Best Buy. It was like $50,
Right.
and then it's got
Is that
USB.
the inverter?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got
see, you
USB
got the
in it.
inverter.
But in the Flymore pack, and yours might be the same way, it's set up in the back of the power for USB, where if you want to charge USB-C to charge your controller at the same time.
Right.
So there's plenty of extra USB between this and the actual power plug.
Well, I didn't get the Flymore pack. I got just the base drone.
But when you got it in your power plug that you got that plugs in,
Right.
did you get the power pack with it?
It's supposed to come with it.
Okay, in the back of it, if you'll look, there's a USB port.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I've
classic
got
DJI.
chargers in my Ford Explorer. They're built in as well. 2
Yeah.
locations.
Yeah, and usually, what model gave you two USB plugs off that power brick? You guys remember? Was it
Right.
the Mavic 2 series or was it the Air series? The Air 2
I
series.
think it was the Air 2, Al.
You got it.
I think so.
It was. That was. I kind of made that easy.
Yeah,
It was 50-50 on that one. All
Yeah,
right,
we
good
gotta-
deal, man. Good
we gotta
deal.
talking about the case for the M3 is real nice, dude. It's a big upgrade to what the original what DJI's had with the little flapping one. I'm not one for a bag that changes into a backpack. I just
That's big,
But-
and DJI is very proud of the pricing.
yeah,
Do you see
but
what the cost?
they,
$320.
they tried on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'll
it's
find a
almost
case
like
that
a
I like a
satchel.
lot less expensive and smaller, more comfortable for what I want.
It's $310 if you want to buy one. So
I know.
I would have preferred to take the 310 off the drone.
No, I'll take a ruggedized case that's waterproof any day over that.
Yeah, $320. That's more than a mini SE.
Yeah, right.
Al, you wouldn't use that bag. When you see Al walking with his drones when we go fly, he has grappling hooks hooked to a bag, and there's like 6 drones on this side, 6 drones on this side.
Oh yeah,
Seriously, they're hanging everywhere.
you saw him, Al. You saw Doc's.
Yeah. Hey, I want to circle back to talking about the power packs. I saw a very interesting setup. I don't know whose it was. I think it might have been Uncle Bill's or maybe Maddie's. It looks like a battery, but it's a jump start box. You've seen those jump starts that you can
Right.
they come with, being able to jump start your car. It's got a speaker, USB. I saw that set up with an inverter built in, so you could take it anywhere you want. You don't even need the car to be able to charge.
I forget whose that was. I've seen that before at other meetups.
So what does that mean? Can you do an adapter like that for your electric bike? That would be awesome. Or just take one of those and put it on the back of the electric bike, Mike. And you
Well,
can just hop it.
It depends on the capacity of it.
Yeah, no.
My battery from an electric bike is 10 pounds for the battery alone.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're not womping it or you're pedaling more, then you're going to be able to use some of that juice to.
Right. Well, a lot of people buy a second battery for electric bikes.
Yeah, and if
They
you
do
could
that.
tap somehow that second battery to modify it with Duranify, right?
Right. But
To
my
be
electric
able
bike,
to,
it'll go 25 to 40 miles depending how much I pedal assist. So,
right. But with that second battery pack, you can somehow put an inverter piece on it. Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah.
Then you're now powering your battery as you're pedaling to the next location.
Exactly.
Ray Kelly, look at your messenger. Wow, you've got great audio now compared to when we first started. I was worried.
Oh, I know. I was in the middle of, trying to get, dial it in, right? So
Yeah.
It's kind of like, dial it in your camera settings on the drone. Takes a little bit to get it down pat. And after you get your template down right, you can say, okay, bright light, ISO 100, set it to f-stop whatever, and shutter speed or whatever. You already have your template all in your mind that, ISO 100, sunny, I'm using f-stop here, and I'm using my shutter speed, and I should get really good quality. That's the beautiful thing about the DJI products with that histogram. I wish the rest of the vendors would do it, right? I wish Fimi, if you're listening, put a histogram in your camera. Hubson, if you're listening, put a histogram in your camera. Skydio, do the same thing. I don't have any Parrot products, so anybody on the chat, leave a comment in the chat if Parrot has a histogram to allow you to dial in your camera settings when you're in manual. Because, I mean, that's just unbelievable. If you ever use a Canon manual focus, you can use this, what do they call that? When you're focusing, you use a color to light up the subject when you're in focus. I forget what that's called. Canon does it. What is that called? Can't remember, but it's very useful. It's almost like a histogram for focusing. That would be awesome. So, Robbie, have you tried to change your exposures, shoot in manual with the camera? Change your white balance by hitting the screen. Have you used a two-finger move? All right. You need try the two-finger move to move your gimbal.
I've been through 3 batteries. One I did battery test. Second, I did. I went out 3 miles, came back. I did a test with that. I got 42 minutes. If you hover, you'll get 34, maybe 35.
So your test was return to home. You tested RTH. You tested the optical voices only on return home.
Right.
No after tracking yet.
Time.
2-finger to move the gimbal around. That was Ken Doble. Ken Doble was Ken was the one that discovered that when you put 2 fingers on your display on your phone and move them together.
Yeah.
That's the bit of Mavic Pro, I think.
Yeah,
he discovered that on the Mavic Pro.
The Air 2 does it too. Yeah, the Air 2 does it. Because you remember we found that when we started putting the sun shields on, when you move it over extra, it'll show the sun shield.
No, that's when I showed it to you, Robbie.
Right, exactly. Oh, absolutely. And listen to what I told you. I said that. I said, when we tried that. Remember
that was fun. Yeah, we found
I called
that.
you and I said, put on that sun thing and test it. And you said, Robbie, it shows it. That was after I bought it and asked you to show me.
That's right. That's right. That was perfect. Yeah, that was the perfect way to test it because you can see how much you can bring the gimbal around with the shield blocking you.
Right.
All right. So
the change they made in that on the Air 2S is if you had the Air 2 and you got the sun guard was straight. On the S2, S2 it comes out and it curves, but you still see it flying when you look far left or right. You'll see that in there.
Oh yeah. And when I put my drones on top of the other drones, fly 2 drones together.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen that, Michael. That's actually my signature move, to strap like the Minute 2 on top of the Air 2S or something like that. And you fly you fly the Air 2S with the Mini on the top.
Right.
And that's how I did the camera comparison. But you could see when you really slam on the throttle and you're standing on your nose, and then you back off, just stand on his tail to hold the position. As soon as you let go of the stick, you can see how hard those gimbals are moving because the Mini 2 on top or the Fimi Mini on top, or the regular Mini on top, you can see the nose of the host or the lifting drone pop in the screen, so you can see how much that gimbal is like really adjusting to stay horizontal.
Stay level, right?
Right, to stay
I've never
level.
done that, but I've seen people do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I would love to get into those settings for the white balance and the f-stop and the shutters, and how can I make it all blur all the lights out and make it look like there's no cars on the road type thing. Right at sunset, obviously 30 minutes before sunrise or 30 minutes after sunset.
That's what Ron Brown is excellent at. All the different apertures and the shutter speed coordinated for the sunsets.
Right, because you're gonna have to dial all those in just right to get that effect we're looking for. Right, you're gonna have the f-stop correctly. You're gonna have your ND filter correctly, and you have the shutter speed correctly, which in this case is going to be long exposure. That'd be awesome.
Guys, I put Michael's link to his channel below. His link's on there. Subscribe to his channel. Show some support.
And don't forget. Yes.
Thank you. I'm just starting it out here. I'm finally getting some videos on it. So.
All right.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys, on this video. The more thumbs up, the better for the algorithm. Don't forget that stuff. That helps a lot to position the video into searches. So appreciate you in advance.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody we're going to be having a live stream auction Friday the 12th at 9:30 Central Time. It's going to be right after Fly Zone Drone Show because we're on different time zones, and you can get to that with here. It's going to be right here. If you guys have anything that you want to sell, we're going to sell it on Travel Tech 360. You can go to the World Drone Community website, and on the front of the site, you'll have the information. You can put your name, what you're selling, what's your minimum bid. Everything is on reserve that's in there that I know of. If they're not, I'm going to buy it. So put your products on there. We've got about 30 drones, some cameras, some controllers, some FPV stuff. We've really done well on people sending the stuff in. So do that. Join us for the auction. What we're going to do is we're going to spend probably 20 minutes looking at the Mavic 3, answering questions, and we're going to go into the auction. After the auction is over for each item, we'll let you know whether or not it's sold, and then we'll take the information from the person that bid highest, connect them in with the seller, and y'all work out the shipping details. So that'll be on Travel Tech 360. And other than that, one last thing that I want to bring in here is, when everybody was at SpinUp, I had to really scratch my pennies to get that Mavic 3 because, guys, it was really expensive. But there was one special man that I'll have to say he really won the lottery. So I'd like to bring in Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Congrats, Ray.
How you doing? Hey, Al, good to see you again. Mike, good to see you again.
You know what Brad calls you? He calls you the lucky bastard.
Hey, now let me tell you, he's the new lucky bastard. Because when I heard somebody won, I was like, damn, I know it was Maddie. And then they said Ray, and I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, man. We're so happy for you.
I was sitting next to Michael Wright, I think.
You're right.
I still haven't collected my fee yet, Ray.
Hey, I thought you were going to fall over when you were walking up, man. You were stumbling a little bit. I was like, oh, somebody catch him, man. He's going to faint.
Now, Michael, you won last year, right?
I won last year, yeah.
And then Ray, you won this year. I know where I'm sitting next year. I'll sit beside Ray.
Dang, I made a mistake, Michael. I should have sat next to you.
Ray, he was next to me.
I tell you,
At least we're up in the front row. Oh, I did win those little drones, though.
That's
I had
right.
a battle drone. The battle drones.
Third eye, you said, hey, Robbie, I ain't got nothing left to sell. I bought his S2. I bought his Mini 2. Come on, man. Sell me what you got.
well, I was filming Kelly when I was filming him with my iPad because my phone had died. But I was filming him when he was calling the number. He called Rodney's name first, and then when he called my name, I almost dropped my iPad.
You almost fell down when you got up, and you were so wobbly. I know you were so happy. I was happy for you.
Have you flown it yet?
You would have had so much fun, Robbie, if you were there. You know, and
Yeah, man.
Hey, that's okay. Look, I will be at the South Florida meet. We're sponsoring it. I will be there. I will be flying because I will be out of the country. I will be flying in special for that.
Look who just joined, Ray Kelly.
I will definitely. I will not miss that.
It's Dennis. It's Dennis.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you for sponsoring the South Florida Drone Meetup. You know, it's a big edition. You know, there's no doubt. You know, there's going to be some lucky winners at the South Florida Drone Meetup this year with some nice drones.
Hey, I got a question. Can I be in the drawing to win my gift?
Of course.
If it is, I will re-gift. I promise I will re-gift.
Well, I tell you, it was a lot of fun flying with everybody at SpinUp, you know, and meeting everybody, even the new people I didn't know, you know. And that's what's great about these meetups, you know. It really is.
I think it's a great way for new people and more experienced people to share their experiences, especially because we buy so many products, and these, you know, a lot of the stuff that we buy is not real cheap. It's expensive. So it kind of gives us a little background on what we're spending our money on before we make those mistakes and buy stuff. So I think it's great that we can have these meetups because, like you said, it's a great way for our communities to join and get new people in and learn. You know, I always use the example, you know, when I was a kid going through high school, you know, they were just coming out with algebra. Before it was all math. You know, today it's like they're so high level now because the teaching methods that they've learned to teach students to learn quicker. I mean, their levels. I don't even think I could teach my kids math anymore. And I got a master's degree because the levels are so high. So by coming in as a new hobbyist and having a lot of you showing us, hey, how this works and all this, it really speeds up the process of us learning.
There's no doubt about that, you know. And I see you sporting a nice hat there too.
Yeah. Robbie. You know what? I support Doc Murdoch because Doc Murdoch supports World Drone Community.
He's the man. I'm telling you, man. He will take the shirt off his back and give it to you.
He will. There's some really good guys that I've met. Out of all y'all, I mean, Michael, I know you from Minefield when we met. I met Chris Hope, you know, a lot of you other guys. You know, I think we really got a great group of guys, and I've noticed that on some of the channels sometimes people will get upset with each other and different stuff. Always remember, guys, we got to agree to disagree with each other and be adults, and just try to make up. We don't have to kiss or nothing, but we need to make up and move forward because you know it's really difficult when you got two friends on each side and they don't get along because it kind of puts you in the middle. And I'm not saying anything has happened to me, but I'd see it in different situations. You know, guys, we're here to enjoy ourselves. We're not here for the drama. So
exactly,
you know, keep the drama out and share your experiences, you know, with us, with what you're doing, and help teach us stuff that we need to learn to help the new generation that's coming in.
You know, Al, I know this is your show, but can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What did you think was the best thing at SpinUp?
The fellowship, the meeting, the networking. I mean, we all went there with the hope that maybe coming home with the Mavic 3 like you did, and you were lucky enough to get the Mavic 3. But really, I was there to, you know, network and create those new relationships. That's what it was about. And so I'm the freshman class of, you know, the SpinUp now, and I really look forward to the next one. But yeah, that's what I think was the best was that relationship building and the networking and fellowship we had, not only, you know, during dinners, but during flying and stuff like that.
Wasn't that flying after the spin down day at the lake or the pond there? Wasn't that cool?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I got the group picture. You wouldn't believe how that came out. I haven't had a chance to share it. I actually stopped at his truck stop. I made Brad stop at his truck stop so I could purchase an inverter so I could edit videos while we're driving, because we are driving, oh my gosh, you know, so many hours on the road. So I might as well just, since Brad likes to do all his driving because he gets motion sickness, you know,
It's gonna
I
be a
can't
lot
wait to put it all together. Yeah,
a lot of editing
Mhm.
involved in these videos.
yeah, and
I posted a lot of photos on Facebook. Some of the
yeah,
I got a lot that I didn't post yet, but I posted quite a few on Facebook.
yeah. You're really good about the social media, Ray. You're the man. I mean, you know how to do the Facebook almost instantaneously. It's almost like on the spot. So kudos for you, man. Robert, you're really good at that too.
Hey, Mike, I tried to get your good side, you know. I tried to get your
Oh
good
yeah, and thank you for that picture, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got scars all over my face, so I'm glad you picked the good side.
Yeah.
You might want to pose that question to Mike. What was your favorite question, Mike?
Again, camaraderie, fellowship. That's what it's all about. Flying
Yeah.
is secondary, really is.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed the flying, enjoyed the chance to fly the new, like I said, the big copter and the Mavic 3. But it's the guys that enjoy the trip.
Yeah, like
getting together with everybody. You know, talking in the lobby.
And meeting the
across the
guys'
board,
families that came, right? Metro
Exactly.
Drone brought in what, Sandy was his wife? Yeah, Sandy, and then
Yep.
we met Maddie's wife, and we met, of course, our
Ron brought
host
Susan.
Kelly's.
Ron brought Susan with him. Yeah.
Yep. And of course we can't forget the Murdochs. So
right.
Met Kelly's
Chris,
wife. I'd met her before.
One thing
But
that I really
was
found I found great was when Maddie presented Doc Murdoch's granddaughter with that drone at the networking dinner.
oh my gosh, she was showing that off to everybody. She was so proud of that. It was all Maddie, man. Good
That's
stuff,
right,
buddy.
Maddie. Yeah.
Well done, man.
Gotta get the kids involved with drones, not drugs.
She was going around showing everybody, man, and had all the perfect I wouldn't say stickers, but how they have that vinyl cover on it. It matched Maddie's personality, and now it's hers.
And lunch at SpinUp, she was going around getting everybody's autograph.
Yeah, and she was vlogging the whole time, holding the camera, right?
Yeah, it was a vlogger. That's right.
Yeah.
Remember that? She'd come up to you, hey, you say something to the camera. I said, oh yeah, of course. What is it I'm supposed to say? What is the premise of the video? I'll help you with that. I was trying to figure it out.
I got to bring up about Chris Waters. Sunrise Media.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, let me tell you, and that video that they produced.
Oh my gosh, that was such a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you imagine how many hours it took. First, you had to write the words,
right,
and then you had to produce it, and then you had to publish it after getting everybody's input. Can you imagine doing any? Oh, hang on, we got another one. Do it again. Oh, hang on, we got 3 more. Do it again. Yep. So, and he's such a shy man, and he's such a humble person that I was so glad he started really. Well, at least with me, he started coming out of his shell a little bit. I know you
hear that, Chris?
Talk a lot. Yeah, Chris, man, you're the man. You made it happen.
Well, you know what? I'll say this: when I see everybody on here, it's like Ray, just seeing you there all alone. It's like an Oreo cookie and peanut butter and jelly, because we can't have just Ray Kelly without Johnny Drumfly.
Hey, Johnny!
Hey, Johnny!
Hey, Mike.
What the heck, man? You're at home.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey.
Yeah, I got in a little while ago. I stopped and saw my little nephew. He did a little remodel on his house, and so I'm trying to keep up that connection after my brother passed away. Just want to stay in touch, of course, and so I stopped by. But yeah, it was a great event, and congratulations to Captain Ray Kelly. Of course, I'm gonna fly over to Florida just so I can be the first one to fly that Mavic 3.
You got it.
Well, you could go back to Texas and see Michael too.
Yeah, well, Michael and I. Yeah, well, Michael. Yeah, we're gonna ride over to Florida together. So yeah, we got that coming up, Mike. And just 5 months from now.
Yeah, and I'm lucky enough to have the connection with Robbie, because Robbie's already got it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, I got a question, guys. Give me an idea when you had your GPS drone.
Did you leave us stuck in there? Yes, you did. Oh crap! Just stop right here. Hang on. Stop. Don't move.
Hey, Al, mute your mic a minute, buddy.
Oh, that.
Okay. I want to know what the difference was between how many GPS drones were there and how many FPVs were there. Because Michael, you know, when we went to Minefield, it was a PV. It was totally PVV.
Right.
I can't even say it right now.
I'm gonna see how Mike answers that, but I got my opinion. Mike, go ahead.
I think it was like 60% camera drones.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's a good answer. Because I was actually thinking about 70-30, and I was surprised at that. To be honest with you,
Right.
I thought there might be more FPV, and especially at our little hotel where we were staying there. I think we had a lot of those guys flew bows, but man, we had a great time flying by that pond.
Well,
that
the World Drone community tries to support both the GPS and the FPV people. And, actually right now we got 1, 2, 3, we got 5 people in here that are GPS guys. So where would we be without Doc Murdoch?
Hey, Doc.
Hang on, I'm on a trigger pin here and hold on, I gotta fix this.
Oh yeah, Ken Harris gonna get on you about vertical.
Yeah, he would.
So Doc, we were just
no,
discussing the difference on how many people were there with FPVs and how many people were with GPS drones. And we feel like there's a 60-40 there. What do you think?
Yeah, it was. It was about 60-40, 70-30, right around that. Surprisingly, about half of the people that were there that were FPV had been flying camera drone as well. So that was what was interesting.
I would segregate them between the two. I mean,
hey, look at that. Ray's got that awesome patch, the Doc Murdoch patch.
Hey, Doc, we didn't tell you what me and Maddie did to Robbie, though, did we?
What'd you do?
Well, when I had them patches in my truck, so we made a call to him and said that he misspelled one of them words on that patch.
Yeah, and Maddie called me and he goes, Robbie, you got a problem with the patches you made for Doc. I said, what's wrong? And he goes, you spelled Doc wrong. And I was like, oh my, I'm in trouble.
Well, talking about Doc with FPV, Doc does have a camera drone. I saw it.
I do.
He calls it his wife's, but it's not.
Hey,
It
Doc,
is my wife's, actually. That is hers.
Hey, Doc, out of the people that were flying, did you see more FPVs that were built or more DJI that they just bought from DJI? Which one did you see more of?
It was about 99% built. There was only 1 or 2 DJI FPV drones out there.
Doc, there were at least 4. I had one. Angela had one. Rob had one.
And
DeMarco had one. There were at least 4.
I only saw 2. So
okay. And they all went in the air. All 4 of those.
Wow.
Oh, cool. Okay, didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know they were pushing those things through those small gates. They were actually mini whoop.
I went through the gate with them. Yeah, I went through the gate with them.
They smacked them gates pretty hard, man. A few of them came back with a couple of real good cuts in them.
Hey, Doc, you'll probably agree, but I gotta say, and I'm not saying this only because I think he's listening, or it doesn't matter. But Maddie, I tell you what, Maddie flew the hell out that drone.
Oh yeah.
4 people told me that.
And I mean, listen, I would say if you would have had, I'm not gonna mention any names, but if you had 2 or 3 guys that we know that can definitely fly, you couldn't have told the difference. Now,
nope. No, Matty put that thing up like he had been flying a 5-inch for a year.
I don't know. I was standing right next to him.
Okay.
I tell you what, his hands was shaking.
March.
No, he's only been flying the Tiny Hawk, Hawk, right?
Maybe 3 months.
Yeah, he started after the March meetup. Yeah, about that time.
So but he's been flying the heck out of that thing.
Oh yeah.
But even though it does fly the same, it doesn't fly the same. It has a whole different feel to it when you put something up that weighs 2 pounds going 100 miles an hour. So
exactly.
But he took that thing out there and just ripped it through the trees.
He picked it up. Yep.
Yeah, he was out there just pushing it through the trees.
Yeah, Sean Oz was sitting there, and I think you built the same one, and he was like, "My drone don't go that fast."
Yeah, Sean was like, "Why did mine not go that fast?" And I said, "Well, that's the difference between 5S and 4S." You know,
I heard him tell you.
Yeah, when I talked to Sean about all of it, you know, he was wanting something that he could use to do proximity. Well, with a 5S rig, it's a little harder to do proximity because the power is there. There's almost too much power. So with the 4S, it works perfect for proximity. You can actually manage the power better. So, You know, and then once you get really good at it, then the battery size doesn't matter once you get to that point.
Captain Ray, I got Ken Herron on text. He wants to know if you got one last chance to trade that V-copter.
Okay. There you go.
We'll do it. We'll do it. Okay.
And let me say this, you know, with Ken's watching then, I just want to thank him for, you know, publicly for taking the time he did with my granddaughter when we went flying out afterwards. He had so much fun with her and got her to do some things with that little Mini. And
really? Where were y'all at, Doc? Where were y'all at?
Well, we were on that side road around from the venue afterwards.
Okay,
and,
I got you.
Man, she had never touched that one. You know, she's flown the Evo, but just a little bit. But he got her out there landing that thing on his hood and everything. So it's like, Ken, you're the man on that one. That was awesome. She will never, ever forget that.
He's a really good guy. I'd met him at Minefield when me and Michael went, and he's really welcoming when people come in and want to talk and ask questions and stuff. And I was really impressed. Really nice guy.
He just can't get it up. He can't get it up. Oh, the V-copter. I mean, he couldn't get the V-copter.
Couldn't get it up. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, but I want to know.
Look, they had 100 cameras on him, and he was like
God, yeah, he was just surrounded.
Hey, Johnny, I want to know the magic question though.
What's that?
I want to know about the gumbo, man. What about the gumbo? Didn't you make a soup or something?
I made some crawfish and corn soup. Yeah,
crawfish and corn.
Al and Dennis and Brad and we had that, and we had some. We had a lot of good food. We ate way too much that night.
You had better sweet wine too, Johnny.
I was comatose after the dessert. Remember that dessert?
That lift drone couldn't have picked us up. I can tell you that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that would have been nice, right? Hey, how about
Louisiana moonshine to spin up too?
Oh yeah.
I can only imagine how Maddie was so nervous. When Marcus was doing a audience mode when I was flying, I mean, I felt nervous, guys. Sorry about the swinging around. I think my gimbal's starting to lose it. But I was nervous, man.
I was amazed. And you know what? I hate to say it, guys, the drones were all second. They came in second compared to the camaraderie and the friendship. You know,
exactly.
I agree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if we would have got there and could never fly, take the drones out the case, I don't think it would have really mattered.
Just as much fun. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. It was great seeing Marcus's expression when we got him under the goggles. We got Harley to set his goggles up on my FPV channel, and we leaned Marcus up against the side of my truck so he wouldn't fall over. And we went out and flew that night. We were in a parking lot at night, and I went up and gave him a ride, and he was impressed with the view that you get from it.
There was one record set at SpinUp. DeMarco ate more hamburgers than anybody.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, he would get one to go. He would eat one and get one to go every time he got burgers.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I saw Marcus. I heard Marcus go, "Somebody grab me! I'm going to fall over. Hang on to me."
So who drove the furthest? Who traveled the furthest to the event? Not by
driving
airplane,
or flying?
Driving.
I don't
know.
Aldrin, he came from California.
And what about flying?
I'm thinking that's not that far from Texas.
California's not that far. I think Brad or Rodney.
Brad, maybe it might have been you, Brad and Al.
Yeah, I think so by driving because we spent how many? Oh man, I think we spent 21 hours, 24, 25 hours so far driving. Today we're doing 14 hours so far. We got an hour and a half to go.
That sounds about right.
Jen is furthest away. I think she was from upstate New York.
Yeah, but she flew. Huh?
Yeah, she flew, but she's furthest away. I think I know of.
Oh, and that's a really cool thing too. Genesee was the one that won all the FPV frames.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, Doc.
So yeah, her and I, we already talked. We're going to be this winter because they get snowed in up there really bad. She can't do a whole lot of flying of anything. So this winter, her and I are going to be doing a lot of Skype calls, and she's going to be building that Tyro 119 because it comes with everything in it, and we're going to get that all set up for in the spring. She can go tear it up. So
I was trying to talk Jenna out of that one. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Doc, if you need a middle person to go between, Jenna and yourself, I mean, I'm just volunteering,
And Jenna won 2 things. FPV, she won something else out there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
Chris
was really
Waters
cool.
getting on you. Chris Waters is getting on you, Doc.
Oh, is he? I can't see the chat. I'm on the phone.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah, I
it
tell
was
you what.
definitely a lot of fun.
I'm glad to meet Angela. I love squirrel hikes.
Yeah, Angela had a great time.
Angela?
Yeah, awesome.
I know,
And,
Doc. Doc, how many FPV drones did you actually bring to SpinUp?
Oh, let me think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
How many
one
did you
camera
give
drone.
away? How many did you give away?
Well, I didn't give away any of the ones that I brought to fly, but I brought 3 5-inch FPV frames that I had gotten from Newbie Drone about a year ago. And I already put one together, just haven't finished it yet. And it's like, I bought the other ones mainly just for parts. And it's like, I've been busy doing everything. So I just, SpinUp's a good place to give it away, and let somebody get a chance to use them.
Bless your heart, man.
And then Doc helped DeMarco put together. 3 of us brought RC trucks out there. DeMarco didn't have the charger plug. Doc scrambled around and put it together and make it charge.
Al, did you take your RC truck?
We had a great time with those trucks too.
I did, Robbie. I took 2 of them. I took the, my home built Titan. It's actually the iFly Titan XL5 with the Mamba stack and their unit in it, and V-Fly buzzard. And then I took the Emax Baby Hawk 2 because it's quiet and stealthy, but then again, it's got enough butt behind it. And I took my Catic Peanuts to mount on it, which I actually broke my mount on it while Marcus was doing the audience fly with me. I did a flip I like doing my flips real slow, so real slow, close to the ground. And I came around and I was like, oh crap, there's the ground. Boom. And then it just
I missed your crash.
Well, that's what happens when you flip it.
I bounced off and then came back and landed. I go, oh crap, my peanut is missing. Everybody starts laughing. What do you mean your peanut's missing?
That's not what they heard, Al.
I'm like, no, my Cadix peanut, you idiots. So we're all walking out the field trying to find it, and Marcus found it.
Did you bring the truck? Did you bring the truck that me and you tested that was so fast?
No.
You should have took it. It's impressive.
Yeah, Brad brought his just like it. So, but I had a chance to DeMarco's car. I was chasing him with FPV, and he made a turn, and I bounced. I mean, I hit it. Like 600 grams hit that thing. Wham! And I left a couple little prop marks on his. And I turned back around, looked at it, I go, oh, he's okay. He's taking up again. I start chasing him again.
Al, if you get a call from an attorney, you'll know what it's about.
You get that insurance claim for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to tell him that my name is Alfredo Alfonso.
Hey, I think the FAA rule is you got, how many days is it before you got to report the accident?
Yeah, it's like 30
Half
days.
a day.
Yeah, half a day.
Yeah, they had 600 tickets, and Al lands on top of a truck.
Yeah, and I bounced off poor Dennis's roof over in Georgia here, and
Oh,
he told me it cost you $4,000 to redo his roof.
Al, you trimmed my tree also in the front.
Oh, no, that was a free trimming job for you, Johnny. I trimmed your branches for free, man. You should be paying me, man. Come on. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry about that. But they were super impressed how I just zipped. You explained it, Johnny. I mean,
Al just comes from the top of the tree down. I mean that FPV was just crunching through there. I never thought it was gonna come out, and then he never crashed. It just come on
and
out
all
and back off.
Hey Johnny, at least you didn't have to climb to the tree and get it. He called me one morning.
You would have got this one.
Hey,
I mean,
he
it's
called
pretty
me at
high.
5 and he goes, "Hey, I got a drone truck stuck in the tree. Let's go look." And I looked and he goes, "What do you think? Let's climb." I was like, "I ain't climbing that tree."
He goes, let's call the tree service guy.
Exactly. Actually, we went to look for our amigos.
Oh,
We figured
look
they
at
worked for cash.
Hermanos. We went to the Hermano neighborhood looking for, as Robbie would call them, talented climbers.
That's right. I'm telling you, I had a Guatemalan cut my sister's trees. Dude can climb a tree like nobody's business. Seriously.
Yeah. Now I know why I like climbing trees. It's in my dreams.
Okay, well, guys,
Well,
look,
I'm too old for that.
we gone over about 16 minutes. We got an army in here tonight. I just wanted to bring you guys in because I know y'all were at SpinUp. I wanted to hear y'all's experiences. Next week, maybe we can get some video from you guys and have you guys come in and show some of the video you got to share with the people that didn't get to go like me. And
yeah, awesome. I'll be streaming on Thursday, guys, from 7 to 8, and I'll definitely have some show and tell videos. Dennis flew his 2 Zoom, and I'll be on, Mavic 2 Zoom, and I'm going to probably run the video comparison between the two over that fog looking at Austin on the Pennypacker Bridge.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Cool.
Yeah,
that sounds good. Anybody got anything else y'all want to talk about?
Thanks for having me on the show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Had a great
absolutely.
time.
Thank you.
Michael, thank you. We really appreciate you coming on. Wanted to bring in the other guys in here because y'all came through.
Yep.
You guys remember we're having our live stream auction Friday night, 9:30 Central. Come and check out, dude. There are some good prices on these drones that these guys are selling. There's a reserve on
everything. Their Mavic 3.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Depending on how much you're willing to pay, I might let mine go. You never know, buy another one. But we will be premiering the Mavic 3, showing it to you, letting you look. We'll show you some footage of mine, and I'm just saving it for my first live stream. I wanted to save it for that time, so we'll see y'all.
It's called the tease. You're teasing us, Robbie. You're teasing us.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So we'll see you guys on the next show.
Thank you, Rob.
Good
Thanks,
night,
guys.
Night.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night.